So on YouTube, you'll find a whole bunch of different types of kayak and canoe carts. You'll find them that have cheap wheels. You'll find some that have really tiny wheels, some really large wheels, some that hold air, some that don't hold air, but they're foam filled instead. I came up with a solution that's going to work for a lot of different people, no matter what situation. Most of the carts you find have small wheels. Oftentimes they have air in them, which can go flat. And they're made for people who drive to a lake or river, park in a parking lot, and take their kayak or canoe down to the water on a paved or graveled path. So what about the rest of us? What about the people who go a half mile, 1 mile, 2 miles back to a backwoods lake, over tree roots, up and down steep hills, over rocks, and have a really hard time accessing those bodies of water? What do we do about that? For those people, you need reliable wheels that don't lose air, all rubber tires that are solid rubber and they will never go flat. And you need reliable materials like lumber instead of PVC, because PVC cracks and breaks over time. Hey everybody, my name is Corey Meyer. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build a really strong, reliable canoe/kayak cart that can take you back to almost any lake or river you're looking to get to. Stay tuned. So the key to this whole build is not the lumber, that helps a lot. It's not the steel axle, that helps a lot. The key to this entire build are these amazing Marathon tires. Marathon's a company that makes flat-free, all rubber wheels. These ones here are 20 inches. They have hard plastic spokes that aren't going to break and crack like bicycle tires. They come with the ball bearings already inside here for the axle. They're solid rubber. They're extremely reliable. I got the 20 inch instead of the 15. You can get different styles simply because I want ease of access. Think about it. When you're using a bike with larger tires, it takes less energy to pedal the bike. Same thing with this. A lot of kayak carts that I see have 10 inch, 8 inch wheels, and that's fine for going on pavement or down a running path or something, or down some grass to the lake. But where I go with rocks and roots and all of these different things, logs and stuff you have to get over sometimes, this is the way to go, and this is the way that's going to make it a lot easier for people that are hardcore, that go back to these lakes and want a really remote fishing experience. The other thing about here is that I put these wooden bunks on here. You're going to notice that I've got 3 screws here instead of 2. Always do 3. I have this kickstand that comes out. It's a simple 2x2. I have it positioned underneath here permanently into the wood that's next to it, the 2x4, this vertical 2x4 over here that goes over there. It sits on top like this. It works really, really nice. It's nice and smooth. Down here I have a 5/8 inch axle that's 36 inches wide. You can find those axles at any local hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever you can get building supplies, you can find axles like that. Then of course I have a 5/8 inch nut and a washer over here. A washer on the inside, I don't know if you can see that, in between the wheel and this vertical 2x4 on this side. Then of course it's the same thing over here. Every single thing I use to make this cart is going to be listed in the description below. So to secure your kayak to the cart, I recommend using a basic 1-inch ratchet strap. That's going to be perfectly fine for the application here. What I do is I place it underneath the back part of the bunks. This being the bunk here, I slide the ratchet strap underneath the back side. So when you're pulling the kayak cart in this direction, which would be forward, this strap right here doesn't slip out. And it probably shouldn't anyway if it's tight enough. If you want to, just for good measure, feel free to put a ratchet strap under this side as well. Wrap it around. What you want to make sure you do is have where the attachment points right here on the top of the kayak, so you can work this ratchet with ease. It's not underneath. Once it's up here, it's much easier to work with when it's exposed like this, and it's going to be a lot easier putting this on to your kayak. So as you can see here, the kayak comes to the edge of this bunk on this side, but over here it's more in the middle. That's just where I put it on. I didn't position it perfectly, but it kind of sits like this. I made this a little bit wider so that when a canoe is on here, which they're generally wider than a kayak, it goes and it fits on here even better. This is actually so strong and wide enough to support a small John boat. This thing moves like a dream. With these big wheels on here, it feels like I'm pulling nothing. It moves super, super smooth. It's almost effortless. Now I realize that there's nothing in the kayak, like rods, tackle, all of that stuff, but that stuff doesn't weigh too much anyway. And one of the reasons why we use kayaks and canoes is to be lightweight mobile, which means we don't have a lot of weight. I've got a kickstand with a 2x2. I have 2 cross pieces. These are 24 inches. I've got a vertical piece here, a vertical 2x4 there, and 13-inch 2x4 bunks, one here and one there. With that kickstand, I really like that because it makes it easier to move the cart when I'm not using it with a kayak or a canoe, and it also keeps it from falling completely over, so that when I'm loading a kayak onto this kayak canoe cart, it can go on there and you don't need two people to balance this out and to prevent it from tipping. All right, so as you can see here, I'm maneuvering this right here with my hand using the kickstand. And this is how I would move it around if I didn't have a canoe or a kayak on it. And it moves super smooth, super easy, not a problem at all. The reason why this cart right here, I believe, is the best bang for the buck is because I only spent $80 maximum on all this stuff. All that wood I had laying around already, the axle I had purchased for another project, everything you see right here, lumber, screws, axle, wheels, nuts, washers, I paid less than $80 for. And you might think, yeah, $80, that's a little steep. But if you go and look on Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods, wherever you purchase this kind of stuff from, look at how much their canoe and kayak carts cost. Well over $100. And if you want an all-terrain one with solid rubber tires, that's gonna be as strong as the one I just built and showed you, you're gonna pay upwards of $180, $200, $250 for something like that. Anybody can afford an $80 kayak cart in comparison to the much more expensive ones you're gonna get at a store. So I don't know about you, but where I live, there are tons of lakes that are hard to get to. Backwoods lakes, they're just calling my name. It drives me crazy that I can't get to some of them. Some of them I just drag my boat through the woods or kayak on the ground, it doesn't matter. But some of them you really do need a cart because it's a good mile walk back on rough terrain. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need to have an expensive boat. Stay mobile, have a cart, have a kayak, have a canoe, a small boat, whatever you want. Find those hard to reach areas that most people won't even ever see in their life and have success and make memories doing it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope I was able to teach you something new today. Please remember to like, share, and comment down below if you have a better idea or ways that I can improve this cart for other viewers on the channel. If you have any other ideas of upcoming video content you'd like me to do for you, put that down in the comments or contact me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.